Today, we'll be talking about getting users enrolled into courses. When talking about course enrollment, there are many ways people can get enrolled in the courses. They can enroll themselves, they can purchase their way in. In certification programs, you can give users the ability to enroll themselves. They can get auto-enrolled from learning paths, and more. So, there are a lot of different options of getting users into courses. But what I'm going to talk about today is just me as the administrator, making sure our user is enrolled into a course. Specifically, I'm talking about ways that we can either set them up to be automatically enrolled, or manually enrolling them into courses. What I'm going to do here is go over to Users, then Manage Users, then let's look at the user I'm curious about. I want to make sure that this user, right here, is enrolled into the course. So, when I click on this user, there are 3 tiles along the top. We're going to click the Manage Courses tile here. We can click the plus button towards the top right, and select which course, or course group you want to put this person in. And step 2 of this bit is when do we want them to have access to these courses. So, I will be setting a start date, and an end date, because I have automated emails set up, and they pivot off of this data. I want to make sure that these things are filled out. For example, I have an automated email set up to remind the user when they're at their 1-month mark, when they're at their 1-week mark, and they have 3 days left in the course. So by having the end date set up, I can make sure that the email is going out to that user at the relevant time. Step 3 is, do I want to send an email notice to the user as well? This is really a judgment call by you. Whether or not you want to send an email, it's totally optional. I am going to choose to not send an email for this example. And so I'm clicking the Enroll User option. Now, this user is enrolled in all those courses that I just put them into, and that's how we can check for an individual user. What I'm going to do now is, I'm going to set something up so I can make sure that an entire group of users is always enrolled into a course. The way I like to do this is through a Learning Portal event trigger. So to do this, I'm gonna go over to System Site Design. I'm gonna click on the Learning Portal page editor. And I'm gonna edit the first page that every user accesses. By doing it this way, I can make sure that as soon as the user logs into the system, they are automatically enrolled into this course. I can put different requirements onto it, so that it's not affecting absolutely everyone. So, I edit the page titled My Online Training, and now click Add Widget, click on the Automation category, and then click the automation widget I need, in this case, the Enroll into Course Automation widget. The trigger will be placed at the bottom of the page by default. Scroll down if you have to, locate the widget, and then click the cog icon. So, there are a few things we can set up here. For what I'm doing, is gonna be fairly simple. For the Who is a member of option here, I just want users in the instructors user group to be affected, so I am choosing the instructors user group. The last drop-down box at the bottom is the course, or course group I want to enroll them into. For this example, I am selecting the Production Parts Bundle course group. Once I save the changes, what this means now is that any user who signs in, that is part of the instructors user group, is going to be automatically enrolled into all these courses. Let's do a quick example to make sure it's all working. First, we will go over into that user and remove them from all their courses. Okay, done. This user is no longer enrolled into any courses. Now, we're gonna log in as this user. Once we're logged in, I can see that even though this user, just a few seconds ago was removed from all their courses, they have now been enrolled by virtue of that automation I set up. They now have access to all of those courses. So that is how we can make sure users are getting enrolled into courses, and how we can automate the enrollment of groups of users into specific courses as well.